Here is Corner to the World.
Yeah, it's a great title for a workshop, isn't it? But the content we're digging into today is incredibly practical.
Absolutely. We're looking at a session hosted by Truck with a guest speaker named Wendy.
And Wendy's background is it's a fascinating intersection. She has a background in computer science. She was at Microsoft, but she's also an English lecturer.
That's such a unique perspective.
Yeah.
So she's really tackling that problem every single job seeker has. How do I stop being just another piece of paper in a stack?
And her big answer is the video CV.
Which, can be a polarizing topic. Some people see it as just a gimmick.
Totally. But Wendy's argument in the workshop was that a paper resume is static. It just sits there. It lists your skills, but it can't really demonstrate them. A video, on the other hand, is dynamic.
That's the key, right? If you write on a PDF, I am a confident English speaker, an employer just has to take your word for it. But in a video, you prove it. You prove it in the first 5 seconds. You're actually, walking the walk.
And for anyone whose first language isn't English, that proof is just invaluable. But she pushed it beyond just language.
How so?
Well, she argued that for any job that involves human interaction, think marketing, creative fields, media, the video is maybe the only way to show those soft skills.
Things like charisma, presence, stuff you can't put on a resume.
Exactly. You get a feel for the person before they even walk in for an interview.
Okay, so let's get into the how, because I think this is where the anxiety really kicks in for most of us.
Yeah.
The lighting, the editing, what camera to use.
For sure. But Wendy's advice was really to cut through all that noise. She basically said, don't overcomplicate it.
So no need for a professional film crew.
Not at all. She actually showed a few examples. There was the pure talking head style, which is risky because you have nowhere to hide. Then there's the outdoor shoot, which has, wind and lighting issues.
So what was her recommendation? The Goldilocks solution?
That's what she called it. The Goldilocks solution. Indoors, a professional-looking background, and using slides to support you.
And the tool she recommended for this wasn't some high-end software, right?
No, not at all. She pointed everyone straight to Canva.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And specifically, the present and record function in Canva. This is a brilliant technical detail because it solves that huge psychological problem of where do I look?
Right. Instead of staring awkwardly into a camera lens, you're looking at your slides, at your own talking points, while your face is recorded in a little bubble.
Exactly. It keeps you focused. But, that brought up the next big fear in the workshop.
Making mistakes.
Yeah. The students were saying they felt shy or that their English wasn't perfect enough to record.
What was Wendy's answer to that?
She had such a great way of reframing it. She said, look, a video CV is not a live interview.
It's a production.
It is a production. You have a delete button. You can record 50 takes if you need to.
That takes all the pressure off.
It does. She called it practicing in chunks. You don't need to be perfect for 3 minutes straight. Just be good for 30 seconds, stop, and then nail the next part.
So, assuming you've got your Canva account ready and you've found the courage, were there any hard rules? Like what actually goes into the video?
Yes. Rule number 1 was brevity. Keep it short. 2 to 3 minutes maximum.
Think of it like a movie trailer. You're not showing the whole film. You're just selling the ticket to get them to the actual interview.
That's a perfect way to put it. And don't try to cram your whole life story in there. She suggested focusing on just 2 or 3 key strengths.
And what about the language itself?
Keep it simple. Simple, clear English. She said people are tempted to use big, complex words to sound smart, but if you stumble, you lose all credibility.
Simple and confident is always better. And the structure. It wasn't just about the past, right?
No, that was a key point. Don't just list what you did. You have to end with what you will contribute. That future focus is the hook.
The student feedback at the end of the session seemed incredible. They said it felt like a lucky skill to be learning.
Well, it is. In a flat, 2-dimensional job market, this makes you a 3-dimensional candidate.
It does raise a bigger question for me, though, about where hiring is going. As we lean more and more into these visual applications, are we moving toward a world where who you are on camera matters more than what you've done on paper?
It's definitely a shift away from just credentials and towards personality. Whether that's ultimately fair is, I think, the big debate.
Something to consider before you hit record. Thanks for listening to our deep dive.